Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Karen burnout and what's really going on. I feel like we are being intentionally distracted by all of these Karen temper tantrums. They're being plastered. I hate to say it, but some of it seems very scripted and acted out. Now, I'm not saying that that is the case with all, because many of them are very genuine. We know that these people are throwing tantrums and they are going viral, and many of them don't like it, but some of it just seems like it's so unreal. And everyone has their cameras ready. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that the majority of them probably are real, but I feel like some of them are staged. And the reason I'm feeling this way is because there seems to be this conscious effort to redirect the minds of this nation away from something, which is the Karen stuff and all of this other stuff that we see happening, the protesting and all of this. It seems like our minds are being redirected because many of us were starting to question things and look at what's going on over behind the curtain. And so now we are being bombarded with stories of Karen throwing tantrums and knocking stuff off of store shelves and yelling and just doing all these weird, strange things. Everyone is so taken back by it where they are starting to put video compilations together of Karens around the country. But still behind the curtain, there's something brewing. In my opinion, it is very obvious that something is brewing. Obvious. There is a shaking going on. 2020, in my opinion, and the opinion of many others, has been the strangest year thus far lived through. Now, I'm talking about those who are alive during this time. We obviously can't speak for a time that we weren't alive. Of course, there are those who in their time thought that their time was probably the strangest. But for me, in my lifetime, this has got to be the strangest year. Some very, very strange things are happening. Some things are frightening even. And I just feel like there's this conscious effort to distract us. I really feel like there's something trying to distract us. Many are falling for it, while others are thinking the same thing, that, wait a minute, what's going on here? What is going on here? This year alone, we have been presented with so many oddities of news and happenings and dealings, from the George Floyd thing, the global thing that we have going on, and just so many other things, the 5G and all of this, the shutdowns. All of this is very strange. Some states are starting to shut down again. You know how you say, next month I'm going to do this, or in 3 months I'm going to do that, in 6 months I'm going to do this. For a lot of people right now, thinking ahead 2, 3, 4, 5, or even 6 months, a lot of people are worried what is going to be going on within that time. There used to be a day and a time where you could plan a wedding and you could say, okay, on this date, we're going to get married. And you had no worries or fears about anything. Your biggest fear, if you're going to have an outdoor wedding or something like that, would be, oh, I hope it doesn't rain. That would most likely be your biggest fear. But right now, even planning ahead 2 or 3 weeks leaves a big question mark for many. But yet, there seems to be a conscious effort by the media to bombard us with stories about Karen. Now, Karen is not the only hot topic of the moment. There are many other hot topics, but I feel like something with this Karen thing is going on that is just bothersome. How many different ways do we need to see these tantrums and expend all of this time and energy trying to figure out what's going on in the minds of these women while society is unraveling all around us? Can't you see the handwriting on the wall? While we are tuning in to the damsel in distress or the latest fit or public outburst of these Karens, that's less time spent on preparation for what lies ahead. Now, I'm not saying any of this to cause any type of fear. What I'm doing is I'm trying to get people to think and stay focused. I'm not saying don't look at the news stories, but again, when you get bombarded by this stuff, that does take your mind off of more important things. I know for me, I am getting burned out by a lot of this stuff. And my mind and my focus has been, okay, for the next few months, we've got to do A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3 in terms of family preparation. We've got to put it into turbo, growing food. Make preparations for the fall and winter season of growing food. Just a number of different things. That's where my mind has been. But a lot of people are focused on Karen. You got to understand that many times these outbursts are definitely driven by dark powers. One of my favorite scriptures to quote is, "We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, against principalities and powers." Letting you know that there are entities that are controlling and manipulating people. And while these entities are doing this, we are being distracted by their actions. Anytime you are distracted, just think about this for a moment. Driving on the road, you're focused on the road, doing well, going straight. Then all of a sudden, something on the side distracts you for one moment. You turn your head, and you can make a major mistake just from that one split second turning of the head, that one distraction. I say to all of us, be careful, family. Not just on the road, but allowing things to distract us. I'm not saying don't look at these things or don't tune into them, because for some people it's entertainment. I'm just saying don't allow any of this, whether it's the Karens, the protest, the global thing that's going on. I don't care what it is. Don't allow anything to distract you too much. This is why I kind of pull back a little bit, because I had to redirect my mind for a few days back to the important stuff. Things that need to be handled on the home front. And sometimes you have to just pull yourself away from these things. Because all of this stuff, all of these distracting articles and headlines and breaking news and Karen tantrums and numbers growing and second waves and all of this other stuff, all of these things can distract you for long enough to where you don't have enough time to do what it is you need to do to secure your family. Like I said a few videos back, I said, please don't hit the snooze button on your brain. Do not allow yourself to go back to sleep because things have fizzled out a bit. What if the second wave is 2 or 3 times worse than the first one. What will you do? Let me tell you the difference. The first wave, we were going into spring. So that allows you to kind of say, okay, well, at least I can scramble and buy some seeds and do. At least with the first wave, you're going into a new season. That allows for more options. But imagine a second wave coming into the fall and going into the winter. Your options have been cut more than in down. Less of an opportunity to grow food. The wrong time to be homeless. An awful time to be stranded. So many things to look at. While you have time and opportunity, make preparations for the next few months. Don't allow yourself to be overly distracted by the Karen drama that so many of us are getting tired. Again, I understand that it's entertainment for some, but some people don't know how to cut it off. I know how to chuckle and keep it moving. And so I'm just saying to those of you who don't allow yourself to get too engulfed in all of this stuff. If you have to, if you just must, take a look at it and keep it moving. Pressing forward. Don't allow yourself to be sidetracked by the Karen drama. With that, I am out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.